What's going on? Are we live? What's up, chat? What's going on, people? We live? Good. How we sounding, Jay? We sounding good? Don't need to tune up the mic. How we sounding? Mic check, mic check. Let's get the chat going. Mic check. You sounding good? Sounding a little low? Do I need to make adjustments? All right, we good? I have a fan here because, California was beaming today. It was really hot today. Good weather. Went to the beach. Got myself nice and crispy. Do you hear the fan in the background? Is it interfering? I'm going to stay quiet for a minute. Let me know if you hear something weird across the mic, and I'll turn it off if you hear anything. No fan? Good. I have it on low. I just wanted to make sure that nothing was happening. Oh, what's up? Oh, man. So I noticed a lot of people have been getting good feedback. Big Cloud Gaming was good, brother. Been getting some good feedback on the pre-show. I think a lot of people got some good DMs. They want me to continue to do a little pre-show of the topics that's coming up on the podcast. For a couple of reasons that I've been told, which was my intention, but I've been told, and I agree, was number one. Some people just want to hear a little bit of my points, so I'm able to get that out the way, right? Which allows me to let the panel members talk more, make more of their points and stuff like that. And at the same time, it kind of gives you, the audience, an idea of what to expect, So when I talk about it in the beginning, you kind of idea, okay, with this topic, now I see where Puerto Rock is going. I can't wait to hear J-Dub's view on it, Craig's view on it, All Day's view on it, J Bar's view on it. Now you get to see the whole cycle, so I'm gonna continue that also. And then I'm also, and obviously I'm still thinking about how I'm gonna formulate that project with the call-in, using Discord maybe, and get everybody up in there so I could get live call-in and stuff like that. And see how it's gonna work out, and that's it. And I'm thinking of doing that. Like at an earlier time slot, so I could get some of the European audience there, because they're 6 hours, 8 hours, 7 hours, 5 hours ahead of us. It's crazy. But I want to say shout out to the chat real quick. Let me shout y'all guys out, man. I truly appreciate. Call Me Jay was in here quick. He ain't playing. Devil's Child was good. Logical Nonsense. Rizzy was good. Big Cloud, congratulations on surpassing 7K. Don't forget, man, subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. Amazing content. Homeboy was the one. You see that 60 FNL PS5 controller? That was Big Cloud, man. He drew that up like 5 minutes after the controller was revealed. Like 5 minutes later, DM, yo, I got you, dog. Update your shit with this. I was like, oh, snap. So my man, Big Cloud, thank you so much for hooking me up with the graphics, man. Appreciate it. Who else we got here? Sharif, all right, messing me up. Christopher Harte was good. Tamiko Doss, what's up, man? Mario Heat, shout out to Alana Pierce. Shout out to her, man. You know what I'm saying? Danny Stab was good. My man's doing the Lord's work on Twitter. Danny, tell me shit ain't crazy. It's just funny. Rome Rush, I gotta get my boy Rome Rush on the podcast. I'm gonna hit you up later. Rome in the DM, all right? But get your mic game, because I heard the last time. get your mic game up. Now, I'm not your mic game, but whatever was the issue, man, because I really want to get you on this podcast, too. You know what I'm saying? Your hero was good. Jeff Hub, definitely a liar. I'm Asmodeus, man, y'all really challenging my reading skills up in here. Was good. Eddie Brock, what's up, man? He said it's 4:47 in the morning, bro. My bad. My man Lionel, man, always a big supporter. Cyber Dragon, who else we got up in here? What else? Who else we got? Juan Castillo, que lo que? What's good, brother? No noob of YouTube 64. What's up? Alex, what's going on? Who else we got here? Van City. That does Golem getting ripped by devs? Oh, that will be part of the conversation. Emrys was good, man. Everything's chilling. Just came back from the beach. I just did the front first because next week we're going to the beach again. Me and my wife love the beach. And then I'm going to work on the back. What else we got here? All right. So anyway, man. So if you don't mind, if you guys could look out, take care of the channel. Dirt Naps. What up, Dirt? What's good on that? Damn. Welcome to the channel. Oh snap! All right, but if you could do me a favor, if you can hit that like button, get this thing trending, retweet it out on your Twitter or whatever social media, Facebook, whatever you use, Snapchat, whatever you use. That will help me out. Call me Jay. Not sure if you listen to Hip Hop Gamer. I tagged you a tweet. Check it out later. I definitely listen. I follow Hip Hop Gamer, but I'm gonna check that out. All right. Woo! Where do I begin, bro? Where do I begin? People, where do we begin? You know what? This is where we begin. We begin here. I'm going to show you. This is where we begin. Right there. Y'all see that? Y'all seeing that, right? That's where we begin. We begin there. I'm going to let y'all... I mean, I know it's been a week since we got this news. But this is it right here. This is the source of the nonsense. You know? Instead of people being humbled, right? Instead of a little humility, right? Instead of just finally seeing, like, you know what? The PlayStation Nation was right. Even the PlayStation fanboys who trolls, they were right. Porter Rock 77 was right. Instead of just falling back, eat that humble pie, and be like, PlayStation Nation, you were right. Microsoft had the wrong strategy, still tying their next generation console with old generation hardware. Even when we thoroughly explained that developers, every single gen, when new consoles come out, they tell you they want to move on to the next generation. They don't want to develop on whole hardware. They want to move on because the new hardware will do new things that they cannot do on the old hardware. They want to move gaming forward. It has always been that way, no matter the platform owner, whether it's Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, Xbox, it never changed. You know? Consoles, hardware usually change every 5 to 7 years. And because of the gap is so big, the advancements in technology is wide. See, PC is different because PC has nominal upgrades every single year. So developers can take a block of a 3-4 year group, right? They could take a 3-4 year group and say, okay, the minimum specs is here and we're going to push our way out. And every single hardware in between is going to meet some level of requirement. But consoles not like that. I mean, it just boggles my mind how these guys do not have the brain cells and the billions and billions of synaptic nerves. Not one nerve. The billions. We all have billions of nerves in our brain. Inside here, there's billions of nerves. Just electric synaptics just snapping all over. And none of them could see it. None of them. Apparently, x86 architecture is simply the magic architecture that can do it all. Not a single goddamn thought of, wait a minute, man. The GPUs are from like, when Xbox and PlayStation 4 launched, the day the goddamn things launched, were already outdated. They launched outdated. They started, like, this is the first gen that we had, 8th generation, where technically new consoles launch with outdated technology. That's why PC gamers was having a field day in 2013, building 1080p 60 machines for under $300. You could have gotten a 1080p machine running games at high settings, which is higher than the medium settings the PS4 and Xbox One were running. High settings, 1080p locked at 60 for under $300. Mr. Righteous Fish. What's going on, brother? Phil Spencer is the Pied Piper and Xbox the flute. And the damn Xbox fanboys are the... I don't even want to go there. Man, it's just crazy. It's just nonsense. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Righteous. You know what I'm saying? So the console's launched already outdated. And here's the crazy part. If anyone should have invested interest to continue to develop games on the previous gen console, it would be Sony. Because they're the ones who had an amazing, successful generation in gaming. The most successful generation gaming in PlayStation brand history. And possibly the most successful generation of a console ever. Now, I know the PS2 sold 150 million consoles. But by the metrics of sales and like money revenue, PlayStation 4 is doing things never done before. The amount of money, the amount of games being sold is just insane. Now, granted, PlayStation 4 has advantages. The digital age and indies. PlayStation 2 didn't have that. It was 100% purely disc-based, right? So, obviously, PS4 has advantages, PS2. But it's just an incredible success for the PlayStation brand. So, if anyone should have the desire to keep it going, it would be Sony. The Xbox One gen sucked booty. It was booty. It was trash this gen. Why would you want to keep a gen that pretty much, how would you say, downgraded your brand so badly? Why would you, if I was in Microsoft's shoes, I wouldn't even mention the word Xbox One. It would be like, you know, Lord Voldemort in Harry Potter. It's a name you don't say no more. Like, I would not mention the phrase Xbox One anymore. Like, if I want to talk about, let's say BC, right? I want to talk about BC on Xbox Series X. I would just say you could play past Xbox games or Xbox games of past generations. But I wouldn't specifically say Xbox One. I would just say, yeah, all the games that came out on previous Xbox consoles, you can play them. But I would refuse to say Xbox One. That word, I would write it off from the company archives as if it never happened. You have a terrible generation and you want to tie a terrible gen to your next gen. Your next gen is supposed to be a restart, you know, for them, right? Because since they had a bad gen, hey, let's do a do-over. Notice Sony wasn't talking about PS3 during the PS4 era. Hell, they ignored the conversations of PS3 backwards compatibility. Sony wanted no part of any conversation of the PS3 because it wasn't the generation they wanted. They focused on PS4 and they kept focusing forward. Forward. Xboxes keep talking about back. And I don't know why, because this gen was trash for the Xbox One. And you still want to talk about it? But with that, as you can see, Halo Infinite delayed. Now, for Halo Infinite itself, that is a great thing. It's great. It's beautiful. It needed to happen. I think it needs more than a year. To be honest, it might need 2 years. You know, I don't think that game is going to come out in 2021, to be honest. Especially, shout out to Optimus Code, who heard some things about the development of Halo Infinite. Like right now, there's a, you know, rumored, right? There's a he said, she said fight between the execs and the developers. This is your fault. No, this is your fault. This is your fault. This is your fault. You understand what I'm saying? And that the plan of how they were going to launch Halo Infinite just isn't working. And apparently the plan was they are creating 2 builds, right? One for the Xbox One family and one for the Xbox Series X family. But they all have to be similar because of the multiplayer and stuff like that. And it's just not working. The articles of major players leaving 343 was apparently due to that. The work environment, apparently toxic. Just terrible. Terrible work environment. Execs want one thing. The devs are pissed off. The major players are leaving. And now all of a sudden, they're trying to think about the way forward in the right direction. If that's the case, if they have to start from scratch, or if they have to majorly align something, you probably won't see this game in 2021 either. It's a good thing you don't have to buy this game. Right? So, Halo Infinite delayed. A delayed game, at least it could potentially be good for Halo. It's the best decision for Halo. But for the Xbox Series X, it's trash. Because now we truly see the weakness. Now everybody, Xbox Series X is exposed. You exposed. It's exposed. Xbox Series X is butt naked. Exposed. Butt naked. Nothing. Out in the cold. Now people are like, holy cow, this console is going to launch with no first-party game. None. Zero. Zero. Nada. And people are realizing that's a problem. Now people are looking back. Well, maybe games don't really scale. You think? You don't say. You got a Ryzen Zen 2 CPU. RDNA 2 GPU. And you want to scale it to a goddamn Jaguar laptop CPU. And to GPUs that were created in 2011. Now you're realizing that might be a problem. Yo. Oh, snap. And all the nonsense and the paywalls. Oh, my God. Spider-Man's behind a $500 paywall, $400 paywall. Now maybe you can see why Sony's pushing exclusives built specifically for the PS5. This shit is crazy, right? But at the very least, these Xbox influencers could at least been humble and teach their community. This is why a lot of the people in the community, what's the word? That's why a lot of them are very misinformed. Because a lot of people just don't, the influencers just don't, guide them in the right direction. They could have just been honest, humbled, and be like, hey, you know what? Microsoft made a bad decision. It sounded good. It sounded pro-consumer. It sounded like the right, message. It sounded like it would benefit a huge market of gamers. But in the end, it screwed over the market of gamers that's going to buy the Xbox Series X. It screwed everything up for them. And who knows how many more games are under that condition. It's ruining the experience of the people who's going to drop $500 or more on the Xbox Series X. That's it. Right? That's what they should have done. That's what they should have said. They should have said, hey, guys, we got it wrong. Because this is screwing up Xbox Series X. It's potentially ruining our experience. Our games could be held back. And we, with all the bragging about power, we may not get the best running performance of these games simply because of things being held back. They should have been humble about this. Mr. Big Boss. Xbox players are flip-floppers. They brag about their system, but they play exclusives in the dark. Oh, man, how was it? That basketball player that was eating chicken wings, hitting while in the game. He's like, that's them. Facts. Right? Back to the thing. Just show a little humility. Just be humble. Give credit where credit's due. Right? Because of all the flack I got for saying these consoles should have exclusive next generation games, and I'm glad Sony's doing it. Bad decision on Microsoft. Now it's coming true. Right? But instead of being humble, this is what they do. Let me show you what they do. They do this. Dust Golem. This dude right here comes out and spreads a rumor that apparently PS5 is having issues running Resident Evil 8 at 1080p 60 frames, while it's running flawlessly on Xbox 4K 60. Flawlessly. And that many other games are having trouble running at 1080p 60. Right? So then, when a developer asks him, what do you mean by this? And he starts questioning, he gets caught in his bullshit. And then ultimately, this is his reason for sharing this information. Dusgolem says, I think console warring is really stupid. The reason I shared them initially is I felt things were two-sided despite knowing some accounts of what was about to happen. In some ways, I do regret speaking out, but also it's reiterated my own reasons for sharing things. He's spreading rumors, unsubstantiated rumors, because he felt things were too one-sided. Hold on a minute. I had the window open. I'm back. He spread this nonsense because he felt things were too one-sided. That ever since pretty much the Halo Infinite negativity, you know, that showcases dog shit. Halo Infinite looks like trash. More and more people are realizing Xbox has yet to show any games, any of these new games running on Xbox Series X hardware. Halo Infinite got delayed. No first party launching. Scorn got delayed to 2021. They're all seeing that, yo, this is crazy. Xbox Series X is looking trash at the start. People be like, you know what? If Xbox Series X don't get their shit together in another 2-3 years, then that's when they'll buy it in 2-3 years. Why buy it at launch? So he felt some type of way. So he's like, let me bring balance to the force. Who the hell is you? Who the hell is this dude? One, why is he feeling something is too one-sided? That it ain't your product. Like, Xbox is not yours. You don't work for Microsoft. If things are too one-sided, demand better from Microsoft. Tell them to stop doing dumb stuff. Tell them to stop making dumb decisions. You don't go make up rumors, because the rumors is stupid. It doesn't bring any merit to anything. It brings no merit. You're going to look mighty dumb when Resident Evil 8 comes out and it looks great on PlayStation 5. You're going to look mad crazy. My man says he doesn't want console warring, but he wants to balance the narrative on media. Let me ask you something. Since when do these Xbox dudes actually think they help sell consoles? I want to know when this happened. Can somebody in the chat, like, reach out to me? Like, somebody, like, when do these dudes, at what point in this generation did they say me writing stuff on Twitter influences console sales? Or me saying stuff on a podcast, yeah, that's what changes the balance. Like, somebody point that out to me. When do they think they're gonna help shape the console generation? I want to know when these Xbox actually think they had that level of power. Listen, none of your podcasts, none of your tweets is gonna influence a damn thing. It's just not. Because at the end of the day, the game speaks for themselves. That's what most gamers, at the end of the day, go rely on. Now I know, because Xbox, they don't have games, you kind of forgot that gaming relies on games, you know, especially, and consoles, especially if a console has a specific name, relies on exclusives, you know. You kind of forgot that over these years. But we're going to need you to come back and remember, you know, go to summer school. You know, we're going to need you to jog that brain and remember the basics of gaming. We're going to need you to come back, you know, and understand that, because you guys are, I don't know what you guys are doing, but your lies don't influence console sales. You know what I'm saying? Your misinformation don't influence console sales. All right? That's not, most gamers don't even believe you. The only people that actually believe you are your fellow Xbox who are also absent-minded. It's just literally a circle of nut jobs talking to each other, and they act like they're talking to the whole entire community. You're really not. It's the same nut jobs. It's the same dudes that bought more controllers than games. It's not, you're not influencing anything. If you want true influence, right, and you want to use your platform to influence, you have to use your platform to help send the message to Microsoft to shape the platform, and you have to be honest, right? Agreeing with everything Microsoft does doesn't help Microsoft, because the truth is, majority of gamers don't want the shit Microsoft does. Majority of gamers don't want or care that when they go buy an Xbox Series X, that the games that they're about to play on this console they bring to their house, ooh, I wonder if it still works on Xbox One. No one cares about that. No one does. I'm telling you, no one cares about that stuff. Everyone who's going to buy a next generation console, whether there's a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, we only care of what we're going to do on that console. With the stuff that comes with the console, with the new technology embedded on the console. That's it. That's all we give it up. So this nonsense that we see on the screen, this slavery right here, this don't help. Right here. That don't help. All this nonsense, right? But of course, it just doesn't end there, right? Because these dudes gotta do the most. And look at this guy. In fact, let me enlarge this so you can see this. Look at this. I'm gonna make this bigger so you can see the words. Look at this. Look at this guy. Alright? Okay, give me one actual quote from a third party saying native 4K is hard to hit on PS5. I'll wait. Right? Because everybody's exposing the lies. Alright, let's see from the dev. No more rumors. No more nonsense. No more GitHub leaks. Right? No more podcasts from Xbox. We ain't trying to hear that. We want to know a dev. An outright legitimate dev that's making a big AAA game or big game that actually said it's difficult. Well, of course, Xbox are doing the most. Right here. Winged Wild. My man said Quanton Era. I don't know what Quanton Era is, but Quanton Era, a corridor shooter, is struggling to get 4K 30 on PS5. It's trying to get 4K, which means downgrade, etc., to optimize to run on PS5. Xbox doing the most, right? So, the actual developers of Quantum Era came out, and as you can see here said, not sure where this quote comes from, but it didn't come from us. Quantum Era currently is running at 4K 65 to 70 FPS unoptimized. We will be hitting our goal of 4K 60 FPS, and there will be much more than just corridors. Bitch slap. But you know what I really love about that quote? How many Xbox are reporting an actual quote from an actual dev that says their game is running at above 60 frames unoptimized? Hello? Hello? Post up. You gonna report on that above, 4K 60 or not? No, you're not. No, no. RDX. You gonna report 4K unoptimized above 60 for PS? No, can't do that. You're gonna lose Patreon. Oh, all right. Anybody? Hello? I gotta do it. Me? I'm the only guy that could do it. All right. Hey guys, there's a PlayStation 5 game that's running above 60 frames at 4K and is unoptimized. Imagine if it was optimized. I guess I'm the only one that could do it. You would think, right? You would think more people would be happy about that. You would think, again, a little humble pie, just a little bit, right? Hell, not even a humble pie. A cheesecake. A little cheesecake, a little bit, right? Just eat a little bit and be like, oh snap, PlayStation 5 has a game, not even optimized, and is above 60 frames. All right, maybe there is a little juice. Maybe there is a little merit to Cerny's presentation. Now that we got an actual dev that's making a game and stated that they will have no problem doing 4K 60. And that their game currently running unoptimized at above 60 frames. Okay, cool. Nobody. Crickets. Nobody. And nobody wants to talk about that. Right? 4K 30 Spider-Man. Ooh, that was the big wave, right? Ooh, man, DF said they think game's going to be all 30. Oh, my God, 30, 30, 30. But we got an actual dev that says, hey, my game will be 4K 60. Hell, it's running above 60 now. And we haven't even optimized the damn thing. Everybody's all bird box. Everybody's like, oh, you said something? Am I bugging out? That's why I gotta warn you guys, man. This is why I'm your only friend in these YouTube streets. Do not listen to Xbox on anything PlayStation. They have zero credibility on that. Just the closest person, I would say, right? That's a crazy, it would be Man Outdoor, and he doesn't fanboy or go crazy on that. That's why he doesn't get into that. You don't hear him just, at least from a lot of things I heard, him going crazy over PS5 hardware or damage controlling it, right? My man Zaire, his integrity is always in question, but he's my boy. I love that dude, right? Zaire, his integrity is always in question. You cannot stop someone that that plays by his own rules. Right? Shout out to Zaire, man, in his channel. Shout out to my boy. But all these other guys, right? And the guys who entertain, like Zaire and all them, hell, even Xbox, Kid Smooth, right? The best bot, right? He is very entertaining. He says some crazy shit, but the man can entertain. It's funny. The man fights with Domino's. Domino's. He fights with Domino's Pizza over this shit. Yo, it's funny. This is hilarious. So I love Kid Smooth when he goes in his craziness. Because it's funny. You know what I'm saying? But the dudes that try to be serious, right? Or are serious and want to be logical, or those dudes, where they at? It is what it is. Let me see this now. Next thing. Look at that. All right? Look at that. Beautiful. I tried to find another pic. Somebody had a pic of Spider-Man PS4 with Peter Parker in a similar pose. And when you see those two images, oh my God. Night and day difference. The graphics is a major leap. If I could find it in time for the podcast Monday, I will show it to you. Hell, maybe some of you already have the picture. If you could send it to me. But it's that pose for Peter Parker in a side-by-side. Night and day difference. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, right? And I showed this picture. Right? I showed this picture. Yo, shout out to Magnificent Black. My man said, y'all hit that like button. Look at that. My man paid $5 just to remind y'all to hit the like button. The least you can do. I got 236 viewers. The least you can do is just bloop, hit that like button. And I'll truly appreciate it. Right? But why am I showing that picture? Because with all the nonsense that's going on with Halo Infinite and just how bad Xbox Series X going in, you now got people saying delay next gen. What? Delay next gen? What you mean is delay Xbox. Don't include PlayStation 5 in your BS. In this nonsense, this disaster that's going on with Xbox, leave PlayStation out of it. That has nothing to do. Listen, PlayStation don't even talk about Xbox Series X. Ever since Sony talked about PS5, they don't talk about Xbox Series X. So leave PlayStation 5 out of it. Take a look at Spider-Man. It's gorgeous. Right? There's footage of Demon Souls remake. Gorgeous. Let me see right here. There's the link. Where you put the link at? In my DM or something, or? The amazing Lucas. My man said Xbox big man right now. Talking about that power of Xbox like it's a car instead of a gaming console. Straight clown talk. Facts, Lucas. Shout out to amazing Lucas, man. Thank you for checking out the channel. Facts. Facts. Jay says above. Did I pass it? Let me see. Can you repost the link again, Jay? Because either I'm passing it too fast. But shout out to Amazing Lucas. It's true, man. I tagged you. You tagged me. I'm bugging out. I'm looking stupid right now. Oh, on Twitter. Oh, on Twitter. I'm thinking I'm looking in the chat and shit. Okay, got it. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna show y'all. Something. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Let me show you guys. Let me show you this craziness. Let me show you this. All right. Let me save this image right here. Hurry up. Watch. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all this. This is crazy. All right, here we go. Boom. Now give me a second. All right, I don't need this. Let me do something right here. Let me get that picture up. Where's it at? Okay. Yeah, there it is. Ay, puñeta. Let me fix this motherfucker. Excuse my language. Alright. Oh my god. Que tú quieras ahora. Alright. Hold up. Let me show you this. First, let me fix this. Oh boy. Let me fix this real quick. Alright. Let me go to this one. And shrink it down. This is the nonsense I do behind the scenes. Let me see if I could get it to the right size. Okay, man, if you don't get your ass. Oh, boy. Man, if you stop playing with me. Fuck. Oh, it's locked. That's why. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Is looking similar? Kind of similar. You see? Y'all can see that? That looks pretty good, right? Right? That looks pretty good. Right there. Look at that. Look at that. This is Spider-Man. Miles Morales. Look at that. Look at the two. Tell me that shit ain't a world of difference. Tell me. Look at that. Am I bugging out? Am I bugging out? Lucas, am I bugging out? Amazing Lucas, I gotta get you on the podcast. I'm gonna hit you up in a DM. Y'all see that? Y'all see that difference? So tell me, PS5 needs to be delayed? We need to delay PS5. Look at that. Where's the delay? The damn puddles are ray traced. Oh, I love the fact that Insomniac is just killing the fanboys with the puddles. Killing them. Because that was the dumbest. Puddlegate was the dumbest thing I ever seen. Wow. Now actually, it's not the dumbest no more. Now I see new dumb stuff. But look at that. Look at that beauty right there. Woo! 9.2 D-flops. Boost mode. Look at that. Man. It's just DLC. This is just DLC? Which game looks the DLC? Which one looks like DLC to you? Look at that. I ain't gonna lie. Miles Morales makes, because I played, obviously a lot of us played Spider-Man PS4, and it's a beautiful looking game, but goddamn, Miles Morales makes it look like trash. Yo, it's crazy how good Miles Morales look. So imagine another 2 years when the proper Spider-Man, oh my God. Look at this. Come on, delay next gen. Please, 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 people, please, please. We don't need to. Whatchamacallit. Listen, if y'all feel Xbox Series X needs to be delayed, I don't know why. Because the reality is not like they're gonna change the hardware. You're gonna get the hardware no matter what. It's already done. You got third-party multiplats. I mean, hell, isn't that what y'all guys cared about in the first place? The best version of multiplats? But delay next gen, nah. You keep that nonsense in your own house. Alright? If you're going to delay anything, just say delay Xbox. Do not bring up PS5. Alright? Because it's looking crisp right now. PlayStation's looking crisp right now. And I'm going to bring up my final point. Right? Hit that like button. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, day one, baby. Day one. My little prediction. Yeah. Now, it is a prediction. It's just how I feel. Just based on things that are happening and just whatever. It's just a prediction. It's not locked in stone. This is how I feel next gen pricing might turn out, right? Xbox Series X $599, and it's funny. Ever since I posted this prediction, we are seeing more and more signs that Xbox might be $599. Again, it just might be, right? Right? Apparently, there's a giveaway of some sort, right? Whatchamacallit? The Red Dragon found a sweepstakes where there are 200 first prize valued at $198,000, whatever, and when you divide it by 200, it comes out to $599.99. Could be a placeholder, right? Could be a placeholder. And then on the most recent XCast, which is a new Xbox podcast on IGN, Xbox related, Xbox specific podcast, whatchamacallit? Alana Pierce said that someone DM'd her a screenshot of the retail price that's about to be released in November, and the price is $599. Don't know if it's true. Don't know if she's saying that to set up, like, make Microsoft help look like the good guy, where if she's saying, oh, everybody's saying it's $599, $599, but then when the console launches, it's $499. Now they look like the good guy. That could be a potential. Hola Moco. My man said, you should invite Fonz, long time, you two together. Yeah, it's been a while. I wouldn't mind him as a, visiting or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I know he's been real busy and stuff like that. And he's doing a great job on the RDX podcast and stuff. But of course, I'm open to everybody. But yeah, it's been a great times. Definitely enjoyed all the great times podcasting with Fonz. Shout out to Fonz and everything. So, here's the real thing, right? A lot of people honestly think that a scenario where Xbox Series X being Friday night will not happen. And their reasons don't make sense. The number one reason, the console's dead in the water if it's released at $599. Which is funny because Microsoft keeps telling everybody console sales don't matter. Even the people that say the console's dead in the water say that console sales don't matter. But the moment you mention $599 price point, now console sales matter. Right? So that ain't a logical reasoning when Phil himself tells you console sales don't matter. The real thing that I look at, one, it is powerful hardware. It's powerful hardware. You guys asked for it. 12 T-flops. 52 CUs. That's not a cheap component to produce GPUs with 52 CU counts in them. And to push 12 T-flops per flower. That is not cheap. That is not cheap at all to build a system like that. Right? The next thing is, what's the point of the Series S then? Right? Rumored to be 300? Man, that thing is haunted. Rumored to be 300, right? Why? Well, everybody agrees that, it's because it's a cheap entry console. For the casual gamer. Well, the casual gamers are the one that produce the biggest numbers of console sales. It isn't the hardcore. The hardcore is actually the smaller group, right? Majority of console sales are from the casual market, right? And the one who attracts the casual market are the ones that gets the big, huge sales. That's why, PlayStation sells like 100 million, whatever, stuff like that, right? That's why Switch is selling boatloads, yet the Wii U sold like trash. It's how you phase, and attract the casual market. Well, if the casual market is primarily going to buy the Series S at $300, then that means the Series X is primarily a hardcore. Well, there's not a lot of hardcore gamers. You're not going to get a lot of sales from that Series X. It's not going to happen. So then why wouldn't it be $599? The hardcores are going to buy it anyway at $599. Hardcore gamers are going to buy the console at $599. And if you're a casual gamer, or if you're a hardcore gamer, but you're saying, oh yeah, I ain't paying $599 for Xbox, then you really don't like Xbox. You never really did. If you really liked Xbox, you would pay the price, right? If you're really all about the best console versions and shit like that, then you would pay the $599. You're asking for the very best, but you're not going to pay the price for the very best. That makes no sense. You want to drive a Mercedes, you just don't want to pay the Mercedes-Benz price. And it don't work that way. Don't worry, you're going to get what you pay for. Now, this is just a prediction. I predict it's going to be $599, right? And they're going to balance it out with an alternate option, which is a Series S, which is much cheaper, similar to what iPhone does, right? iPhone, everybody's like, oh my God, iPhones are $1,000, but you do know they launch with cheaper versions, like the iPhone SE. iPhone SE is like $499. It ain't, the iPhone 11 standard is like $700 or something. And then you have the iPhone 11 Max, which is like $1,000 or $1,200 or some crap. There's various ranges of prices, right? If you can't buy the iPhone Max, whatever, at $1,200, then you get the lower models, which is much cheaper, right? Junos 23, what's up, brother? Right? Same logic. Oh, you can't buy the Series X at $599? Well, we got the Series S, $300. Great technology. Uses the latest technology, uses the latest Ryzen, right? Has the latest RDNA 2. Is just a lower model. No different than iPhone, right? And I think that's what they go. PlayStation, on the hand, both models are the same exact spec. The only difference they have between the two is just the disk drive. One has it, one don't. So it's going to be the difference in drive price, which I think is going to be $100 difference. That's the reason why I put $100 price difference in my prediction, right? Now, people say, well, disk drive is not that expensive. Don't look at it from that perspective. Look at it from the market perspective of selling a 4K UHD disk drive, disc player, right? Disc players are around $170 or higher, right? So, like, if you want to look at it too, you can buy a PS5 all digital for one price, but if you try to buy a UHD disc player, it would be an extra $175, which would push it over a higher price point than the PS5 with the disc. So that's why I think it's going to be $100 difference, right? Because Sony's going to look at it as, you're going to spend an extra $100 for the disc player, but that extra $100 is nowhere near the price of an actual UHD standalone disc player, which some of them are even $200 to $300. So depending how good the UHD player, Sony could put in a UHD player that's comparable to a $200, $250 UHD player, and you only pay an extra $100 for it if you want 4K movie capability, right? Obviously, the people who are still going to buy physical disc, they're still going to buy it. I'm going to buy the disc version, right? Because I always want that flexibility with disc-based games and stuff like that. Because sometimes disc-based games, They drop down in price very cheaply, right? And stuff like that. It's just stuff like, and sometimes people gift you games. It's just more flexible for me. Sticking with disc. I have the options both. I enjoy both. I don't think one's better than the other. Digital does have advantages because you store all your games on the hard drive. You have to switch out disc, so you don't have to carry disc big games. You get game share, so that's definitely an advantage. But I like the physical advantage mainly because they tend to drive price faster, especially during Black Friday. Disc-based games sometimes launch brand new, right? Like a month before, and they're already $30, $20. While the digital version maybe is like $5 off, So you could buy a lot of physical discs at a cheaper price. And then there's also the used market, whatever. But I haven't really bought used games in years. I just don't deal with it. I really buy my physical games through Amazon and stuff like that, right? But that's just a prediction right there, right? Would Xbox be in trouble at these price points? I think Xbox is in trouble no matter what it does. Even if they're both the same price. PlayStation 5 has too much mindshare. They have too many popular games. They got an amazing character, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, huge, launching with the platform, while Microsoft is still trying to figure out development. They're still trying to hash that out. The basic concept, and they're still screwing that up. PlayStation's all in. Sony's all in with exclusives. And I know people be like, oh, that's just bragging point fanboy talk, console war. Listen, a lot of us been gaming for years, right? And we've been playing exclusives for years, right? You know what's funny? It's funny that PlayStation dudes, right? We looked at fanboys because of exclusives. Nobody says a goddamn thing to the Nintendo dudes. Right? Switch isn't backwards compatible to the damn Wii U. No one says a damn thing. Switch has nothing but exclusives. No one says anything. It just doesn't make sense. But if anybody else, if the PlayStation dudes, be like, oh yeah, we want exclusives because we want the games built for the console because that's the console we're buying. Oh, we're the bad guys. Like, yo, this shit is wild. This shit is wild. It's crazy. Like, I don't get it. Yo, gaming. Yo, it's like I said before. At what point did these dudes start trying to sell consoles? When did anybody get into that business? Going on Twitter, I just don't know. Bugs me out. Bugs me the hell out. Right? But anyway, these are some of the topics that we're gonna hit up on Monday with J-Dub, with Jay Barry, with Craig, with All Day, right? So I got all my thoughts out. We're gonna hear theirs. We're gonna conversate. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna see what guests I could show up on Monday, right? Get a fresh voice on the podcast. This Monday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I apologize to my friends in Europe. I know it's challenging. Tavia Smalls, the vibes. It's only bad when Sony do it. It is what it is, I guess. I guess when you're on top, everybody aims for the crown, right? Heavy is the head that wears the crown, I guess, right? Everybody's gunning for number one. But anyway, hit the like button. This is your boy Porter Rock 77. Truly enjoy you guys rocking it out on the Last Minute Podcast. Hope to see you here Monday. We're going to have a good time. You guys are dope. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to turn on and play some games. You know what I'm saying? It's Saturday. West Coast. Came from the beach. Tired. You guys take care. Enjoy your night. Peace out. And I'm out.